All right, some of these slides I'll just say, okay, that's a little bit more on dehydration. You come back and figure out why they got the double bond right here. It could be here or here. Those are the two options, but it's right there. You'll see that's more substituted. Okay, you need to understand ethers, not in great deal, but you at least need to recognize what an ether is and how you can make one, because they are made from alcohols. An ether is this. Functionality. It's an oxygen in between two carbons. Notice that these atoms, these elements have certain characteristics. Carbon likes 4 things around it. Oxygen likes 2 things around it. Doesn't get 4 things, but that's an ether. And why is it here? Well, let's take a very simple alcohol, methanol. Simplest alcohol. And this is dehydration. See number 3 down there? Dehydration to form an ether. There's water. Right there. Right between 2 alcohols. Between 2 alcohols. What we just got done doing with Zaitsev's rule is eliminating a water molecule from a molecule. From an alcohol molecule. Where's the water coming from? From one single molecule. Here the water is coming from between 2 molecules. And you're going to get an ether. You're going to get this. And this is dimethyl ether. All right? You got an ether functionality right here. And what's on each side? What's on each side of the oxygen is a methyl. So don't worry about naming ethers too much unless they're very simple ethers. Like if there was an ethyl on each side, diethyl ether, dimethyl, methyl ethyl ether.
The oxygen has 2 bonds. Is it connected to hydrogen?
No, there's no hydrogen on there. There are lone pairs of electrons.
So to be an ether, it has to have oxygen and like that.
There's no hydrogen on there. Yeah. To have an ether, you have a carbon-oxygen-carbon bond. That's an ether. This is the stuff dentists use. You know, that we're gonna put you under with ether. All right. We can either use ether or a needle. We're going to use ether. Reaction map for alcohols. Alcohols, you can dehydrate them into ethers, dehydrate them into alkenes. You can oxidize them. You can, by hydration, you can make an alcohol. Okay, there is an aromatic ether. You should have aromatic alcohol. You should have a 3x5 card for phenol. It's an aromatic alcohol. Phenol, hexachlorophene, phenol derivatives. Don't worry about this one. Okay, again, there's a little bit more about ethers and maybe some naming of ethers. You can come back. There's you should know. Let's say we had a molecule like this. Let's say we had a molecule like this. And we say, boy, how am I going to name that molecule? How am I going to name that molecule? I can name dimethyl ether, but here is pentane up here, and here is this CO group. We're going to call this a methoxy group. Now that is an ether. Carbon, oxygen, carbon. Methoxy. That's an ether right there. But I'm not going to call it pentyl methyl ether because I wouldn't know where it's attached to the pentane. So I will call it 3-methoxy pentane. So I'm going to find the longest chain, 5 carbons. That's pentane with a methoxy group hanging off the side of it. All right, I know some of this is coming fast, and don't worry too much about the properties. So this would be phenyl ethyl ether. And this one would be isopropyl methyl ether. Okay, you have to come back and look at these. I want to get in one other functionality. Whitney, you didn't tell me it was 5 after.
5 after.
Okay, you see here, here's 1-methoxypentane. Don't worry about burning ethers. They do burn. Okay, here are some anesthetics that are ethers. Diethyl ether, first successful general anesthetic. Penthrane. So this is another anesthetic. It's an ether. Carbon, oxygen, carbon. Bond in here. So that's penthrane. Okay, thiols. What is a thiol? It's an SH group. And that's about as far as I expect you to understand thiols. If I said which of the following functional groups is a thiol, or which of the following organic compounds is a thiol, you're going to look for this SH group right there. This is the group that skunks produce. Skunks. Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew, these are extremely offensive, down in the part per trillion levels. Thiols. Pepe Le Pew. It's an old cartoon. And he's heading off to see his girlfriend. He's got a dozen roses, and he thinks they smell good. He thinks the roses smell good. Unfortunately, nobody can get anywhere near them to smell the roses. But the roses have alcohols on them, but he's producing thiols, and they're extremely offensive. Okay.
I have a question. So, for our test, we need to know phenols, ethers, and thiols?
Phenol. You need to know phenol is a substituent. You should know a little bit about ethers and be able to identify a thiol. Yeah. Okay, and remember at the end of the slides, at the end of the chapter, there's a pretty good reaction summary. I'm going to put a check mark here on the reactions you should know. Which is all of them in this case. This is probably the least important. Preparation of alcohols. Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what I think we'd better skip today is the project.
Yes.
You know, we'll do that on Monday, October 8th. Let me tell you what's going to happen next week. It's very important. How many people are in here? 7, and 7 is 14.
Wait, what's your sign sheet?
And 6 is 25. You're all here.
You sent that.
Yeah, we'll sign it. Okay, now, Monday, October 1, exam here. Chapters 10, 11, 12. Okay, October, Wednesday.
October 3rd.
Thank you. No class. Chapter 13, Part 1 will be posted. Will be posted on Canvas. Okay, you will be expected to have watched that lecture by Monday, October 8th. I'm going to give you chapter 13 homework right now. You don't need to do it, but you can have it. 1 second. Monday, October 8th. I will hand back exam 1. We will do chapter 13, part 2. Okay, so if I'm not gonna go over this. You have to watch it. We have to pick up from part 1 and go into part 2. We're gonna finish chapter 13 on Wednesday by outside of class by listening to my lecture, and Monday, October 8th by being here, hearing part 2. I mean, if you have a question about part 1, fine, but I mean, I'm not going to ignore part 1. If there's something you can understand in the lecture, we can certainly address it. What else do I need to tell you? There are reviews up there on Canvas. Bring a Scantron and a pencil. One thing, don't get confused about this. You cannot use your 3x5 cards in the exams. Okay? Don't think that you can come into the exams with your 3x5 cards. The purpose of those cards is to learn these molecules. So bring a Scantron and a pencil. You will be given an exam and a blank sheet of paper. And an hour and 20 minutes to do the exam. The 882 Scantron. One thing, and my apologies, I know you guys love to see your grades. You won't see your grades on that exam until maybe the next Sunday. All right? So it's, I'm doing what I can to get those exams to me, but I will hand them back on Monday, October 8th. So don't just keep checking every night to see if I've posted the grade yet, because it won't be there for 5-6 days. That's what you need. Any questions? You want chapter 13 homework? Yeah. Yeah, you see, have you gone to see where they are? It'll be down there. No, it'll be down the due date on this will probably be October 10th. Okay, let's take a look. Juliet. Okay, Juliet has got the homework. She's handing it out to you. See, I'm not sure the connection between lecture and yeah, you can listen to that lecture anytime. You don't have to listen to it.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, you can put it out here.
Yeah.
One more question. I know what it means, but I don't know
Send me, well, let's see here. I don't have my little notebook. Send me an email. And I'll have
No, that's just going to mean that the OH.
everybody's here.
2 and 3 or 1 and 3? 1 and 3.
Okay, Juliet, let's take a look.
I don't remember a cycle.
At where it should be down. Well, they're a little bit hidden. Let me show you. They're on the home page.
I forgot to put primary and secondary.
See, I thought on the first one here, or secondary.
Yeah, here's where they are. That, right there.
See, they don't put words on it.
There's the playlist right there.
And I had to check. That was on the
Hey, is anybody having trouble accessing the lectures? Because I'm showing Patty and Juliet where they are right now.
I know where they're at. It just wasn't showing.
So if you look at there,
Oh, look at that, wow.
see there's chapter 10, 11. Now someone said this one is all black. It doesn't look like it is all black. So I will try to change that. I just saw an email this morning saying I'm looking at chapter 12 and it's all black. But that's where they are. And so 13 may not be in the right order. Wherever I get it up there, it should be down below the others, but there'll be 13.
I had
Part
no
one.
idea what
Which one is it?
Yeah, that's it.
That was the homepage, right?
That's it, sorry.
It was the homepage.
Yeah, that's right on the home page.
Thank you very
Right here.
much.
There's home page. But you gotta scroll down and you see that, and then
Oh, yeah, next class. I was like, you know something. I was like,
click on
I know. I was like, Mr. Harris, when does this due?
probably the 10th. So it won't be due that first day we're back.
We've come a long way. All the way back to the beginning.
Can I have you look at something really quickly? Because now.